So there's a bit of a gap forming in Apple's range right now, and once you see it, you can't really unsee it. The base Mac Mini configuration quietly disappearing, supply constraints being thrown around, and suddenly the cheapest way to get into macOS on a desktop isn't quite as cheap as it used to be. And naturally, when Apple leaves a gap, the internet does what it does best, starts filling it with theories. One of the more interesting ones floating around is the idea of a Mac Neo. Not an official name, not a leaked product, just something the Apple community has kind of collectively imagined into existence. But the more you think about it, the more this actually makes sense. But before we dive into this, quick favour, around 90% of you guys watching these videos aren't subscribed, which is kinda wild considering how deep we go into Apple rumors, strategy, and future product ideas like this. So if you enjoy these kind of breakdowns, hit subscribe and tap the hype button. Now back to this Mac Neo idea, because it's actually rooted in something very real. Apple's already shown us they're willing to experiment with lower cost devices powered by Acer's chipsets instead of the traditional M series. The MacBook Neo was the first big sign of that shift, and it tells us Apple's clearly thinking about expanding macOS into more affordable territory, and that's where the Mac Neo concept starts to feel less like wishful thinking and more like a logical next step. Think about it. The Mac Mini has historically been the entry point into the Mac ecosystem for desktop users. It's the just give me a box, I've got everything else option. But if the base configuration is no longer as accessible, and if pricing creeps up due to component shortages like RAM, then Apple does risk losing that ultra budget market. And that audience is much bigger than you might think. There are loads of people who don't need the power of the M series chip. They're not editing 8K video, they're not compiling code for hours on end, they're not doing anything that pushes a machine to its limits. They're browsing, writing documents, maybe doing some light photo editing, watching content, and that's about it. For some users, an A series chip is more than enough. We've already seen how capable these chips are on iPhones and iPads, and more recently the MacBook Neo. The performance is genuinely impressive, and when paired with macOS, it could create a surprisingly smooth experience for everyday activities. So if Apple were to take something like the A19 Pro, drop it in a compact Mac Mini style enclosure with some fun colours, you've basically got the Mac Neo. And the biggest selling point obviously is going to be the price. There's been a lot of discussion around the idea of a $299 or $399 Mac Neo. And yes, I know that sounds almost too good to be true when you're talking about Apple. This is the same company that charges extortionate prices for storage upgrades and sold $699 wheels for God's sake. But at the same time, Apple has been slowly pushing into more affordable segments. Everyone was shocked at how affordable the MacBook Neo was at $599, and so a Mac Neo at $299 would be similarly aggressive, like properly aggressive. It would undercut a huge portion of the Windows desktop market, especially those low-cost pre-built systems that are often, let's say, not the best systems to use. At $399, it's still very competitive, but gives Apple a bit more breathing room in terms of margins and component choices. Either way, it would be one of the cheapest ways to get into macOS ever, and that's where things get really interesting from a strategy perspective. Because this isn't about selling a cheap computer, it's about ecosystem expansion. The more people you bring into macOS, the more likely they're going to buy other Apple products down the line. An iPhone, an iPad, AirPods, maybe even a MacBook later on. Apple plays the long game better than most companies. So even if the margins on something like a MacBook Neo are super slim, the long-term value of each customer could easily make up for it. Now obviously, there are going to be some challenges here, and this is probably why we haven't seen anything like this yet. The first one is supply. We already know that Apple's been dealing with RAM shortages, which is partly why the Mac Mini situation is a bit messy right now. On top of that, there's the demand for the Neo chips. If the MacBook Neo is already putting pressure on A-series chip production, then adding another product into the mix could complicate things even further. Apple doesn't like launching products it can't keep in stock. That's not how they operate. If anything, they'd rather delay or avoid a product completely than deal with constant availability issues. And right now, it seems like they're trying to stabilize supply for the products they already have in the pipeline. There's also the question of positioning. Apple's very particular about how its products are spaced out. They don't want one product cannibalizing another too much. And so if they introduce a Mac Neo that's significantly cheaper than the Mac Mini, you have to make sure it doesn't make the Mac Mini feel pointless. That likely means some compromises, We saw this with the MacBook Neo as well, so we're likely going to see only one RAM configuration, probably 12 gigs of RAM with the A19 Pro, maybe limited ports, possibly no active cooling depending on the chipset, and definitely a clear performance gap compared to M Series Max. This would not be a machine for power users, and Apple would make that very clear. But again, for the target audience, that does not matter. If all you need is a reliable desktop for everyday activities, something that boots quickly, runs smoothly, and integrates nicely with your other devices, then a Mac Neo could tick all those boxes without breaking the bank. And let's be honest, Apple would absolutely nail the design. Even at a lower price point, you expect something clean, minimal, and maybe, just maybe, a bit fun. MacBook Neo was fresh because it came in a fun palette, so imagine that but with a box. Because if you're targeting a more casual audience, design matters a lot. It's not just about specs, it's about how the product feels to use and live with. And yes, I know it's a box that sits in the corner, but at the same time, it's going to be in that corner forever, so it might as well look pretty doing it. Another thing to consider is who this product is actually for. Students are an obvious one. If you already have a monitor in your dorm or at home, being able to get a Mac for under $400 or so would be incredibly appealing, especially if you're already in the Apple ecosystem. Then you've got families. A shared home computer that doesn't cost a fortune, is easy to use, and doesn't feel like a compromise. That's a big market. And even businesses. For basic office setups where you don't need high performance, a Mac Neo could be a cost-effective way to deploy macOS machines at scale. So the demand is definitely there. The real question is timing. Right now it feels a bit too early. Apple's still dealing with supply constraints. They're barely meeting demand for the MacBook Neo, but once things settle down, once production catches up, that's when something like the MacBook Neo starts to feel more realistic. It might not happen this year, maybe not even next year, but as a concept it aligns very well with where Apple seems to be heading. Especially Tannis being the new CEO, I feel like he's going to push for this. He was the reason the MacBook Neo is a thing, he was pushing for that big time, and so he definitely wants more accessible devices, powered by efficient chips, designed to bring more people into the ecosystem. And if they can pull this off at $299 or $399, it could genuinely shake up the entire entry-level desktop market. Windows manufacturers would have a serious problem on their hands because competing with Apple on price is one thing, but competing on performance, efficiency, and ecosystem at that price? That's a different challenge entirely. So while the Mac Neo isn't something you can go and buy right now, and it hasn't been leaked by the usual sources just yet, it's one of those ideas that makes a bit too much sense to ignore, because sometimes today's random community theory ends up being tomorrow's Apple products. I know Apple's watching us like a hawk. So if this is something you'd actually consider buying, a super affordable Mac desktop that just gets the basics done, let me know. And if you want to stay updated on whether the MacBook Neo ends up being true or not, hit subscribe and tap the hype button. It really helps way more than you realize, and I'll keep you posted on everything Apple. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.